Hello friends, my name is Dhiren Patel. Today I am going to show you how iced tea project will works, how to prepare the recipe, how can you maintain the machine for all these iced tea project. So hey friends, let's start with this pasteurizer tank. This tank is a multi-purpose tank. You can see this is a mixing cum pasteurizer tank. In this tank, we mix the material. So in this application, we are using this tank for melting the sugar. So before melting the sugar or before make the recipe, I can give you some strict instruction which you would like to follow before start the production. Before start the recipe, what we have to do, let me give you some strict instruction which you have to follow. Otherwise there will be a possibility to damage the machine. So hey my friends, you have to consider this point carefully. Which you are seeing, this is a 3-layer jacketed tank. Inside the tank there is a stunner, the second one there is a tank with the water, third one there is a tank with the glass full. So this is the 3-layer jacketed tank. For mix up the material we are using the agitator, and for run the agitator with high speed we are using a 2 horsepower of heavy motor which is controlled by a variable frequency drive. We are giving this panel where you can control the temperature as well as you can control the speed of the motor. So let me show you the panel. Look at the panel of this tank. This is the very simple panel. You can see that RYB, the 3-phase connection. This is the temperature controller where you can see the temperature of your material. This is the machine off. This is the heater on. This is the power on. Here you can start the agitator, or for the run that agitator we are using the motor. And for control that speed of that motor, we have putting the variable frequency drive inside that panel, and here is the speed controller. Here you can increase or decrease the speed. Now you can see as I already show you, we have already started the heater. Once we start the heater, you can see the temperature. Here you just feed the water in the second layer of the tank, which is used to do the heating. Before start this heater, you have to feed water inside this tank. This is the inlet connection of tank where water will go inside of second layer. When you start the heater, water will boil and there will be a vaporization. Once vapor will be generated, and the helping of vapor, the inside material will be melt. For ready your recipe, take the pure water, then take the sugar, then take your flavor, and when tank will be filled with everything, you can start the agitator. Once you start the agitator, everything will be mixed. Now we have giving the option for increase the temperature or auto cut off of the heater. So when you start the heater, automatically temperature will be increased. Here in this second tank we are using water, so that's why the maximum temperature you can get for the heating, that will be 75 to 80. If you want more than 100, then you should use the oil as well. Let's move to sugar press filter. This is kind of filtration system. Here the solid particle in your product or the turbidity in the sugar will be stopped. This is a completely opposite direction flow in the filtration compared to other normal filtration. The unfiltered liquid fed into the center part of the filter, and the pressure will be given from the bottom side of the filter. For giving the high pressure, here we are using heavy duty gear pump which will give the pressure to the bottom part, and the unfiltered liquid will come into upside. This is filter media. When you feed the unfiltered material inside the machine, material will come from bottom side and that will be spread equally on each plate. The pure liquid will be collect on shell and come out from this outlet. After pure the sugar, this is the plated heat exchanger. Plated heat exchanger is connected to the cooling tower. The purpose of this plated heat exchanger to transfer the heat from one end to another end. One end we are going to put cooling tower, and another end we will give the circulation system. Here there is a 4 connection, S1, S2, S3 and S4. In the S2 and S1, like this in the bottom side there is a S2 and this is a S1. Here we are going to put the inlet and outlet connection of your pure material. And the S3 and S4 you have to connect the cooling tower. So cooling tower will reduce the temperature of your material. Let's suppose that your inlet temperature will be nearby 75 to 80. So after this plated heat exchanger, without mixing fluid, your product material should be a nearby 35 to 40. Here this is two-stage UV system, you can say ultraviolet system for a two-stage. In this system we are going to put two lamps. The material will be feed inside this UV system and the product material will come out as per customer demand. Here we are giving two-stage system, UV system 1, UV system 2. It will disinfect the bacteria, virus and microorganism which will grow. This is the indication of the UV system. When you start the UV system, this will indicate that machine will start, and this is the hour meter that will show you how many hours the machine will working. Again we are using plated heat exchanger. Now we are connected this plated heat exchanger to the chiller. Same system will be there, S1, S2, S3, S4. The hot material which come from the final product tank that will be connected to the S1 and S2, and the chilling unit for the decrease the temperature of your product that will be connected to the S3 and S4. This is the final storage tank where your final product come in this tank. Again this is a plated heat exchanger where your heat will transfer from one end to another end. Here we are using industrial chiller for decrease the temperature of your end product. Inlet material will be nearby 35 to 40 degree when you start this machine, and when you start the chiller which we are putting outside of the premises, the temperature will become around less than 10 degree. If you want to decrease more temperature, instead of water you can use the glycol as well. This is the circulation pump which will circulate your material. Here you can say this is the final storage tank, and from the tank this is the 4-head manifold which we have already given along with the machine. This will connected to the series of the machine, series 1, 2, 3 and 4.